out of this one and go into... Can you get us MCanning versus thingy? Alright, I've left the lobby, so let's just...
Alright, boss.
We're going! Abandon ship! Abandon ship!
I told him.
And me to... Oh, that's not... And me to... MCanning, please? I really should pick a different name. I should actually just use my own name instead of Bish Bosh Bash. I did like it though.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, hey, you see me as Kylaris. Yeah. That's weird.
Did I rename you? Or?
I don't know. Maybe not. You received a new friend request.
Sometimes the name changes are a little bit weird.
Maybe.
What? I got a friend request?
Yeah, I got a friend request too. I don't.
At the same time?
Yeah. Wait, who is it from?
I love how that's like the most random thing. Like you were talking and you were like, you received the friend request. Yeah, it's what? I saw Bish Bosh Bash somewhere, but then I see Kaila's. Oh, anyway. Yeah, we're trying to get that next match starting. MCanning versus early.
The fun.
Are they here?
The fun of these. Kylaris going for a professional name change of Bish Bosh Bash.
Where is that from anyway?
I can't remember where I got Bish Bosh Bash from. I don't know. I need to Google it.
Asking for the invite from MCanning.
Yeah.
We can get started with this TVP. Expecting big things, guys.
Just watching chat as we abandon ship. That was a fun time. All right. So okay. Okay. Every time, I think it was at Katowice and other tournaments before that, it got lots of information about MCanning.
Where do you have my screen queued on the next preview? I don't want to come on air.
Okay, there I've got rid of it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I heard a lot about his disruptor play and how he's a god at disruptors. I heard about that. I haven't been able to watch everybody stream in the world, but he's become very prevalent, hasn't he? Since I've been gone. No?
Sorry, I was reading the chat. We got the invites?
Yes, we do have the invites.
Almost ready. Oh, we can tell them to start, right?
Yep. Hi, GLHF guys. Hopefully smiley faces in this one.
Okay, early needs a second, then we'll get on the way.
Okay. Cool.
It's PvT.
That chat's never going to end. Okay. Sorry for the delays, gentlemen and ladies out there. We're just waiting, and we're going to be on Abyssal Reef between MCanning and early in moments time. Moments time.
A PvT, man. I always feel the worst every time I see PvT, even when I see stats play, because I play Protoss myself, and in a lot of my games, probes are getting blown up and bullied left and right, guys.
You just got to be as good as stats, right?
But, what?
You just got to be as good as stats.
Okay, good luck. Not even half as, not even like a tenth as good.
And
I can be.
He didn't even win that final at Intel Extreme Masters. But I did watch it.
In our hearts, he won it.
Oh, okay.
No, TY is pretty sick as well.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I mean stats.
Your host.
He played pretty well in GSL. He played okay in GSL.
Yeah. I got another friend request. This is weird. Nobody's my friend. I have no friends.
Who's sending them?
We have KemZX and Groovy Man.
Alright, let's go into game, guys.
Alright, so thankfully we do have our second series of the day. How long have we been here? And this is our second series. Let's just jump on. Oh god, they picked orange and red. Okay, let's do it. To the top left-hand corner, we do have early our red Terran with an SCV on the move. And down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have MCanning, Mr. Famous Streamer MCanning, here as our orange Protoss.
And as much as we saw some super early scouts from Avilo, this might be a very different story here from our red Terran. And what I think will be a proxy on the right-hand side of the map. On the map where it's easy, very easy to jump into the main base of your opponent. If you look just right above that nexus, there's a cheeky cliff there. Yeah, it's easy access. Very early scout for MCanning as well, though. We're just right after gateway.
Very good.
Standard timing.
He'll spot things at least. The fact that there is no barracks back there.
Yeah. Play safe, guys. And go for a scout, because if you don't, well, like I said, I've been playing some ladder recently, and after I started my Nexus, I wanted to go for a fast target. 5 Marines and a couple SCVs walked into my main, and I had a Nexus and a Stargate on the way and 0 units.
Nice. Nice. Well, this probe's going to get in. See no barracks at the front, have a look around, see double gases, and just be like, wait a minute.
He was going to start a Nexus, but instead it's going to be a Zealots, potentially a Cybercore. He's even chrono boosting that, making sure that he's safe. Easy defense, I think, on the way for MCanning. I mean, you never know. You can botch that pretty easily, but from somebody as good as MCanning, I don't expect him to be making the kind of mistakes that most players would.
Yeah, Probe's going to spot this location as well, so he can start preparing his defenses in the apt locations. There is the barracks, and he's bringing the Probe back from the main base, which is now being sealed off by a factory. So zaps it for good measure. Good job, Probe. You get that barracks. And
I like that he checks that location, because a lot of Terrans, they will still be very stubborn and start a factory next to it. So now the fact that he's able to confirm that there is nothing like that, and he's even scouting across the map and spotting the factory back at home, the exact timing. Like, obviously you know, right, that after a barracks like this, he's going to be a factory almost every single time, but to be able to see it and see the exact timing of it coming out is super, super good here, I think, from MCanning.
Gives you some reassurance, right? You can just kind of time yourself out very well against what you're going to have to witness on the other side.
Actually, he could very easily pylon rush that ramp.
Yeah.
If he wanted to. He already had the probe across the map, he got the mothership core, but instead MCanning so far playing it super safe. Proxy starport now going down from early on the bottom left-hand side.
Oh, wow. All right, loving it.
North America.
Welcome to North America. Got to get the jingles in there somehow.
Second gateway on the way, is going to be a third one as well with the Robo. MCanning is like, you know what, you want to play one base? I'll meet you there. I'm not going to try and take a Nexus and die to whatever harassment you want to throw at me. And he's following up with, again, more scout. Look, he has a probe on the top right-hand side, still scouting the map.
Have a look around.
He's going to follow up with the scout on the natural, see that there is no command center going down there, maybe check the wall again. What he hasn't seen is that starport on the map, but the fact that he's playing on one base and just getting units and not making too many probes just yet. I like the way MCanning's doing this here so far. He might have to expand here very soon, though.
Early found the probe. We'll kill that off, so it'll be in the dark about when a command center is going to go down at that location.
Yeah, I think Nexus now will be good, unless he wants to go for an all-in. If MCanning gets like 1 or 2 Immortals, a War Prism, and goes for an attack, it will be a very hard one for early to hold.
Speaking of Immortals, I know that the new skins aren't allowed in WCS currently, but do you like the new Immortal skin?
Oh yes, man.
Yeah, did you get it? Is it out now, or is it?
I think it just came out.
Just came out.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
Where's the Observer, by the way? Like, he hasn't made any Observer, and oh, that's sick actually. Forcing an overcharge. Like, sure, Reaper died, but the less overcharges there are, the more that Banshee could be very dangerous. And the first one's about to come out.
Oh, 2 bunkers.
MCanning, you need an Observer, bro, just to be safe.
Yeah.
I kept praising you and how safe you're playing. Don't do this to me.
Here comes the Banshee. Just doesn't know about it at all. Very difficult to really scout out that location.
Early is super paranoid, by the way. Like, he saw Protoss committing to one base for a long time. He's getting bunkers back at home. That first Banshee, though. There is a second Immortal on the way. No Observer. Cloak's about to finish, guys.
He's going to get all the probes. And he drops a scan in the natural.
Oh, man. I remember in Wings of Liberty, this kept happening. There were so many Cloak Banshees against like Protosses that were on 4 gates and had like no Robo.
Wait, is he waiting he's waiting for a second Banshee? So once this actually comes in...
Really?
Yeah, there's going to be a second one as well.
I think he's hoping an Observer was made and is being sent across the map right now.
Maybe,
in which case, this will be the timing you fly into your opponent's base and start killing. Observer is now killed though behind this.
Yep.
If he had sent the Banshee immediately, he would have done so much more damage. Oh, he's bluffing! MCanning going for the overcharge to try and send the Banshee back. I like that, but that's not going to work. Early, though, was not paying attention just yet. And instead of shooting probes, yeah, he wasted a lot of shots on that panel. He actually almost took it out.
The second Banshee isn't really doing anything. It's only shooting a Nexus. Now the Observer's out, so we'll be able to push this away. He's actually getting some sentries, though. Not a bad trade. 8 workers, 10 have gone down in total.
Yeah, this is not good for Protoss there. 26 probes to 37 SCVs. He's not cloaking or going away there early.
Ugh.
Not making the most of this here. Yeah, I think he definitely could have gotten a lot more probes, but I mean, he's ahead here. Let's be clear on one thing. Early on 40 SCVs against 28 probes for MCanning here. Early is very well ahead. He's in a little bit of an awkward position though, because his starport is out on the map. Yeah. He's making a Raven out of it right now. So in terms of having medivacs out, it's going to be weird. He might have to make them across the map and send them towards his main base. Usually you remake a starport there in your main base, right? Because that starport doesn't even have a reactor, which you need to get a lot of medivacs out at once.
It feels like a very unfortunate position for MCanning as well, considering he was slightly blindsided by that, because he hasn't been able to make use of his Robo Bay until just now, because now he's able to get those disruptors on the way. But of course, the investment that he made into that earlier on, because he took so much damage, could have been better spent elsewhere. But at least he will get in a bit more traction now, slowly stabilizing, getting himself 36 workers, but he's against 47 plus mules.
I wonder if Early will get a third base quickly, or if he might go for a big 2-base push here eventually, because he's getting tanks right now. And remember, he made a Raven that's building up on energy right now. It's not like he even went for some sort of auto-turret harassment in the middle line, because he knew that MCanning would be ready. MCanning, like always, or like a lot of the time, going for disruptors, which can be very difficult to use, but he's one of the masters at it. And I like that he's scouting a lot with hallucinated phoenixes. Let's see what he spots here in a second when that reaches the main base of the Terran.
Well, Banshee is in position here to try and do some assaults towards this probe line once again. Where is the Observer? There's 2 available. One is right next to this, and we'll be able to push it away with the overcharge on towards that pylon as well. More medevacs are just being made from this starport down towards the bottom.
I think he's going to do a 2-base.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could hurt. He's got Liberators on the way as well.
2 tanks out, a 3rd one on the way.
How well does it work though against these disruptors?
Well, they can't do everything, right? They will shoot one time and then like the tanks will keep on going forward. Ideally, you want to try and trigger the shots and then siege the tanks. But if you siege the tanks first, and then again, like obviously the disruptors can be exposed to taking a lot of damage. Picking off one of the Banshees here actually before the fight even begins. This army of Terran is massive here. 66 or 69 army supply to 41 for Protoss. And keep in mind, there's a few Stalkers against like this much bio and tanks. Like these guys are not supposed to do well. The strength of the Protoss army is obviously just the disruptors purely. He might just siege from down there here. This was the plan the whole time for Early.
Surely Protoss has to slow him down in general.
Yeah, he's trying to do that here. Oh, the second shot lands big time here. No pickup on any of these units, but Early is trying to jump on top of these disruptors.
Not too bad a position for this one siege tank, but at the same time, these disruptors are going to gain their purification over pretty quickly.
Oh, this is sick. Using the synergy between the tanks and Liberators here from the low ground onto the middle line of MCanning, losing 7 probes.
Shades sent forwards here to get vision more so than anything, but he will send them forwards anyway. He's going to go for this as the purification over, trying to catch a bit of that bio, and indeed they do. And they catch so much of the bio, actually evening up the army supply right now and driving back this attack. MCanning breaks on out.
Okay, not the greatest piece that I've seen. This disrupted damage, like, I don't know, it feels like they did way more than they should have. And now MCanning looking to try and posture forward to go for the counter-attack. Remember, he didn't really lose any disruptors except the initial one that he had made, so now they've reloaded their shots.
Oh,
and again, not picking up.
Oh, and looks to get on towards that, but the disruptor died before he could even activate the purification nova on towards that siege tank. But the second one manages to catch a lot of that bio as well. SCVs have come off the line to try and shut this off. But he's going to have to abandon that 3rd location. MCanning doing very, very well with this counter-attack push, which has ripped at the heart here of Early. Even the blink forwards with the Stalkers to stop the SCVs from getting further forwards. And that's going to be a big hit onto the SCVs, but no! The Disruptor does end up dying off before that, reinforcing Stalkers coming forwards as well. Still one more Disruptor left.
Oh, and early survives. He actually relocated that third command center, but funny enough, there is a Zealot there, ready to try and deny that. And MCanning is he's gonna use the mobility here of his army. He's completed Resonating Glaives by now, so he's gonna be reinforcing with a lot of Adepts to support his Stalkers and do the tanking at the front. He's down to one less Disruptors though, but he's making more.
Yeah, he's broken these locations. Just shutting this down and taking his third base behind it. And Dark Shrine coming up as well. So this could actually be a big disruptor here if he's not careful, and he's going to catch quite a bit of that bio. Once again, there's only 2 siege tanks really as the damage here, and it's not enough. Blinks forwards, gets on top of it, brings it down. And the SCV is going to come off the line here to try and combat this again, but MCanning just rips up the jugular. Blinking back with those Stalkers as well. GG, well played. A good effort from early in the early game.
I like the way he played this. I feel like he should have won, just maybe not used of playing against Disruptors here because he didn't pull back early enough. Like, it's very easy to bait the shots and then pull back. Like, obviously, maybe I'm talking like as if it's the easiest thing, but no, it's not a given. And like I said, MCanning is very good with this style. Very few Protosses are this good with Disruptors. Like, he's perfectly patient. He's gonna use it on the exact side of the army that he needs to do it on. And he kind of like, he puts himself in a position where he forces you to not be able to defend as well against Disruptors, where he's fighting with his army. If you pull back, then, or like you pick up, you're exposed to the Stalkers blinking forward and sniping the Medivacs with the units in them. Like I said though, you're supposed to be able to split, especially like if you have tanks and Disruptors. A lot of the time, all you have to do is make sure you keep an eye on your army and then pull back as you see the Disruptors come in. But in this case, MCanning's defense was there, and this push that I thought was going to end the game for the Terran player didn't. And MCanning takes map number 1.
Yeah, very cool to see the kind of recovery coming out from him. So we'll just wait for game number 2 here in a moment. Looking forward to see more MCanning play, to be honest with you. I might have to tune into a stream, Todd.
You know, for the longest time, I thought his name was MCanning. For the longest time. And then I heard Roddy say it, and I was like, is it really? Is it MCanning?
Is it MCanning?
Yeah, it is.
I just call him MCanning.
Well, I'm going to ask him, you know what?
Because to me, when I see an MC like that, I think of kind of like Irish names. Because obviously I'm from the United Kingdom. It's close, right? You get it. It also makes me think of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, because I'm a big WWE fan.
Yeah, it's MCanning.
MCanning? Alright, I'll go with that. I say McAnning sometimes too. He does it as well!
Yeah, he says I do, he's fine. But he says MCanning is his brother's name.
His account is named after his brother?
Can you imagine? Anthony Merlot? What's your brother's name?
Adam.
Adam Carroll?
Adam Carroll.
There you go, that's your new Smurf.
No, you know what's terrible? Is that my middle name is Adam. So technically Adam Carroll is part of my name as well. My parents were not very creative, alright? Just, let's leave it at that. Alright, it's game number 2. To the bottom right-hand corner here of Newkirk Precinct, it will be early in the red. And to the bottom left, we have our orange Protoss. It's MCanning. What?
MCanning.
Just, there's plenty of variety, plenty of ways. Will Early go for something crazy early again? I don't think so. I think he might play a bit more straight up. I have no clue, and I don't have a clue what I'm basing that off. But I'm just saying it. It's out there now.
Like I said, I was pretty impressed with Early in the previous game. I loved the way he played it. It was just that big push that he went for that he's supposed to do a lot with. He did do a good bunch at first, but then Disruptor shots started hitting, and then it was the beginning of the end. I wonder if he changes the way he goes about playing second game. Does he get more scared of actually fighting against MCanning, which usually can be a bad thing. Like if you start playing too defensive in StarCraft, then you're opening yourself up to being harassed, picked apart across the whole place, and out-macroed quite heavily as well, especially from somebody as good as MCanning. So we'll see if he adjusts at all or not.
Yeah, Mr. McAnning is currently just scouting about, having a look.
What?
Doesn't really see much. Just sees that one gas currently. I'll just call him MCanning. It's fine. I'm sorry.
Interesting build from MCanning, actually. We see a lot of one gas, gateway, nexus, whereas now he was already on 2 gases, went for the nexus, and now he's getting the cyber core. So he's going to be mining more gas than most Protosses would be at this point.
Yep.
And every time I see that, I'm thinking maybe a Stargate. We've seen Protosses such as Nib, or more recently, somebody very successful with the Stargate has been Stats against Terran. He's basically almost standardized PvT.
Yeah.
He opens Stargate, goes for a very quick third Nexus, gets usually 1 or 2 Oracles and then Phoenixes to defend against Widowmine drops. And behind is Adept Fountain.
Yes.
Just non-stop Adepts, and then runs over the Terran. He can transition if you need to. It's funny how the matchup has changed a lot. Like nowadays, you can get Forges very late if you want to as well. Like you can be on 3-4 bases and then drop down double Forge against a Terran who's already on 1-1 and got 2-2 on the way. Yeah. It's not the end of the world.
I like that, the Fountain of Adepts. It's kind of like the Fountain of Youth, but instead of providing some kind of immortality, it just provides you with...
kills you.
It provides you with
infinite death.
Infinite
and shades.
And mega prize money. Congratulations, Stats. With the Fountain of Adepts.
Not at IEM.
No, not there. I mean, he still won a pretty decent amount of money.
He made the mistake of going for Colossus Stalker's build and died to 3 tanks push.
He's like, why does the 3 tank push keep killing me? Did Pig do a daily on it? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, of course.
Of course he did.
He has to do one every day. I guess that's the way.
Somebody had to explain us why 3 tanks beat Stalkers and a Colossus without range. Right?
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Just kidding, I love you, Pig. No, it was interesting meta-wise what happened there. And even in like where PvT is at, where like you might feel like sometimes, you know, it's stale in terms of builds. Not at all. Like we see different players using different builds. And even though we don't see a whole lot of disruptors from most Protosses, MCanning is one of those guys that will dare going for it. I feel like MCanning is kind of like a Puck, you know, where Puck used to go for Colossus drop a lot of the time. Like he really has his own brand of Protoss, which is funny to say because Puck actually, he's already qualified again.
True.
For this weekend. He finished in the top 8 of the North American ladder. So actually an eventual Puck against MCanning is possible.
That would be cool.
But first, MCanning might have to go throw Nib if he wins here.
That will be difficult.
Thanks. You're just like, we're doing a rapid fire questions there. You're just answering everything.
Yes. No. Yes. Yes. This drop is coming in. Yes.
That would be fun.
Has been spotted. So, but quite late. So the army isn't exactly in position to greet this.
Wow.
And he's just out of range of the overcharge as well. Good drop by early.
Yeah. Gonna force the Stalkers back. No blink is there. Forces another overcharge. And we see more tanks being made.
Ooh.
Plus a Liberator. So maybe some sort of similar push that we saw in the previous game.
Maybe some sort of Liberator siege tank push. Could come along.
Actually, when I see no tech lab on the first barracks here, it makes me nervous. But I think he's might be about to swap that. I picture like these euthermal mass marine tank pushes that he was doing for the longest time.
Oh, yeah.
That he had a lot of success with. But yeah, I think he's about to swap that here eventually and get Steam Pack.
Let's go. Where are... Okay, so one Liberator's at the front. The second one's about to pop.
There won't be any Disruptor out on time to help against this. Usually you'd have a lot of Adepts to kind of shade in and do the damage.
I do like this push.
It looks dangerous though.
Yeah. Especially if he's patient with it. Just slowly get up there. Of course, Liberator's not having the extra range upgrade.
Yeah, there's more gates that were made from MCanning, which is very important. Like he needs to warp in, I think, only Adepts here from now. Even if he doesn't have Resonating Glaives, like Adepts are the key. They are the tanking units that will go in. And early needs to hurry up, I would say, a little bit more with his sieging forward. Like one tank is kind of AFK here in the back right now.
Yeah, it's quite slow, but we asked for patience, but he's being very patient with this. Getting himself a pylon. First Disruptor is 75% completion. Going to shade forwards here with the Adept. Having a look once again.
He's going to go, actually. I was wondering.
He has shield time, but he's going to blink forwards there on towards the Liberator. The ghosting forwards there as the Adepts as well. Focus down one of the siege tanks.
Early shot his own Marines in the back here for a second with one of the shots from the tanks.
And even using the Time Warp there to make sure that these Marines are going to be slowed down. There's not much available to them. The Mothership's core is going to end up falling. Blinks forwards, looking for that Medivac. Doesn't quite get it. Purification Nova goes forwards.
What the hell was that?
Oof.
He shot at his own Marines in the back with one volley from the 2 tanks. That was so weird.
Nerves, maybe? I don't know, but that's a blink forwards on towards those Marines as well. And they only even scratch the paint there of the Stalkers.
Okay, at least Team Pack is halfway through done.
Oh, he knows! Oh, he gets one.
Okay, one of them.
Ah, MCanning's good, man.
Yeah. He was perfectly patient, went for it exactly when he needed to go for it, and now it's going to be a third base starting, +1 ground weapons on the way for the Protoss player. And early.
Oh no.
Still very much in this game here. Even Walker count, I mean, he's got orbitals, so mules.
Yeah.
Combat shield now on the way. I would like him to start his +1 at least soon, though. He's going to need that. He's going to need some upgrades for sure.
Sending 3 Adepts around the long way to try and put some harassment onto any kind of third base, or even try and skirt into the second base if it was to come up.
If that's the thing, though. When you play against this style, you might be worried to attack with your entire army against disruptors because of the disruptor shots. But then you would think, what's the way to go around that? Well, obviously drops.
Yeah.
MCanning has blink and a ton of stalkers and map awareness and great skills.
And if he's going to do that,
he
really needs to repair that. What, sorry?
And a huge IQ. So you need to be careful when you attack.
Yeah, you do. So he's going to transfer down towards the third
Look at his
base
pylons
now.
in the main.
Pylons in the main.
Yeah, like because Medivac was going to fly in with 2 Widow Mines, but he actually pulled back. Oh, the Stalkers. They are fishing for this.
Oh, darn it. Nope. Out of reach. Sorry, boys. Double scan for observers. Oh, no! It's right in the middle.
My god. That's so sick. You know, actually, when Terran does that, it means he wants to drop somewhere and attacks in places where Protoss is not going to be ready. And in this case, MCanning, like, sure, this observer is not very close to his base, but he sees the entire move out.
Yeah.
He sees exactly how many units move out, and he saw that no units were picked up to head towards the main.
Oh my god.
So what is he going to do? He's going to try to kind of meet this in the middle, buy himself a little bit of time, and start landing some of these disruptor shots that brought him a lot of success last game.
Blinks forwards, Purification over to the north, and to the east. Doesn't quite get anything. He still has 2 Purification Novas, remember? Blinking to the left-hand side, shutting down some of those Marines. Purification Nova on the right-hand side catches a lot of that. Thunderous connections there onto the right-hand side.
And Adepts are killing a ton of SCVs across the map in these middle lines at the same time.
It was the 3 ones from before, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they kill so much. I can't believe it was just these guys. Like.
Yeah, that's great setup there by MCanning. He will advance on.
Did you say MCanning?
Shh, don't say it. Just
please. Let the memes end right there and then.
All right, and that is him advancing on into the next round. Who he's going to be against, sorry?
Nabor OMGA Banana.
Onga Banana.
And actually, one of our qualifying matches is going to be Poke Bunny against No Regret.
Nice.
Just right below that.
All right. So, well, I think before we actually do go to our next series, I think we can go to a break. And then when we are back, I'm assuming this break's going to be shorter than the last one here for the North American Challenger qualifiers. We'll be back with more StarCraft action. Don't go anywhere.